If you've had any thoughts of moving down to Santa Barbara, this video is for you. What's going on, guys? My name is Avi, and for the past 8 years, I've been living in Santa Barbara, and I wanted to make a video detailing the real pros and cons of living here. So let's get into the video. Like I said, my name is Avi Becker. I'm a local realtor here with the Santa Barbara Group and Berkshire Hathaway, and I came to Santa Barbara all the way back in the fall of 2014 to go to school here at beautiful UC Santa Barbara. Go Gauchos. And since then, I've gotten to know this town pretty well. So I want to talk about the real cons, the real pros, what it's really like to live here, so you can have an idea if you've thought about moving, make a great, well-educated decision before you move here. I'm going to start off with the cons first, and let's jump right in. The first con, let's just be super honest, the cost of living here is a lot higher than other places. On average, the cost of real estate here is about 5 times the national average. Right now, fixer homes are selling for over $1 million. It's hard to find a condo for under $700,000, maybe a 1-bed, but the cost of living here, whether you're owning, whether you're renting, is gonna be a lot higher than other places. Right now, a lot of 1-bedroom condos are renting for north of $2,500 a month. There's deals to be had, and my team is constantly helping people find deals on both purchases and rentals, but that is definitely something to consider. When it comes to Santa Barbara, you're gonna be paying more top dollar when it comes to your housing expenses. Your other expenses, gas here is more expensive than some other states, but there's not such a variance in price compared to housing. Housing is the main cost you're gonna wanna consider in terms of you're gonna be paying more than a Texas, than places like Nevada, Arizona, you're gonna be paying a lot more. Con number 2 is that there is a strict permitting process and a lot more regulation when it comes to remodeling or new construction. I have friends in Texas, and it sounds like there you can just buy a plot of land and build a new home within a year. Here we have a lot of permitting, everything from environmental regulations to height restrictions to coastal zone permitting if you're in the coastal zone of Santa Barbara. So whether you're doing a remodel, whether you're buying a piece of land to do a new build, you're gonna be hit with a lot more permitting restrictions, and it takes more time and money to get things permitted. So that's definitely something to consider when you're investing in real estate, when you're doing a build or a development project. The permitting process here is tough. Con number 3 of living in Santa Barbara, and this is living in California as a whole, you hear about it all the time, but we pay on average more income tax than a lot of other states. If you're making over $500,000 a year, it can be as high as 12 and change percent. So we're gonna be paying more taxes here than a lot of other states. Some states, of course, have zero income tax, states like Florida and Texas and Nevada. But one thing to consider as well is our property tax is about 1.1% of the purchase price. So it's all based on the price of the home, which you're gonna pay annually. But states like Texas, I know, have like over 2% of the purchase price in terms of your annual property tax. So the tax fluctuates. You're gonna be paying more for your income tax, but maybe a little bit less depending on the purchase price on your property tax. So that's definitely something to consider, is that you have to know that the government is going to be taking a chunk of your change, like anywhere, any state, any country. But here in terms of income, something to consider that California is going to take more of that home at the end of the day than other states. Santa Barbara, being that it's a little bit of a smaller town, has a tighter job market. We have a lot of tech companies and a lot of startups that are moving here, but compared to a Los Angeles, a San Francisco, a New York, we don't have quite the dynamic spur of jobs that other areas have. A lot of people right now, of course, they're getting into tech, but a lot of people work in services or tourism or real estate because our job market is tight. There's so many people that want to live here. It's expensive to live here. So a lot of people are applying for a smaller number of jobs. It's hyper competitive, and the pay isn't quite as competitive as the major cities where there's, you know, the headquarters of big tech companies and huge established companies. I think that's going to change as years go by. More and more companies are starting a headquarters, starting a satellite location here, but the job market is tight. So I tell people, if they're moving here, you know, you want to either be able to work remote, have a good job lined up, because the job market's harder than you might expect compared to other towns and other areas across the nation. Our final con number 5. Tourism is definitely a thing here in Santa Barbara, and depending how you look at that, it can definitely be a con. In the summer times, in the winter times, we have all sorts of different people that come down here. You know, in the summertime, people from Texas, people from Arizona, people from the states that get really hot, they come here to escape the heat. In the wintertime, we have snowbirds, people from the Midwest, people from snowy states that come to get out of the cold. So it's something you have to consider when you're on State Street, when you're downtown. There's gonna be tourists and other people there taking pictures, potentially getting in your way, you know, driving poorly, not knowing the area. So it's something to consider. We are such an amazing place to come visit that all year round we have an influx of tourists, international tourists, especially before COVID. We're here a lot too. So it's something to consider. You're gonna be living in a town that's a little bit more touristy than some other areas. So right there is the 5 cons, but let's talk about the good right now. Let's talk about the pros of Santa Barbara. Let's start off with pro number 1. We have literally the best weather. The weather here stays super temperate. Usually it fluctuates between mid-high 70s to mid-high 50s. We have sun almost every day. Some days like today, it's a little foggy with a little bit of rain. We don't get snow, and it just stays so consistently warm. You can keep a tan all year round. You can even hit the beach a lot of times in wintertime. And in the summertime, most properties here don't even have air conditioning because our climate stays so temperate. People that love sunshine, that love consistent weather, that don't like to shovel snow from their driveway, when they move here, like I did from Colorado, it's a really nice adjustment. The weather here is to die for, and if weather makes you really happy, you're gonna love living here. Touching base on weather, let's talk about the amazing outdoor activities we have here in Santa Barbara. I'm a huge surfer, as you can tell by this epic wave painting in the back, and we have great surf spots here all up and down the coast, super quick, super easy to access from living in Santa Barbara. We have amazing hikes. The paragliding community here is huge. Camping, outdoor activities up the wazoo, biking, we have it all because we are right next to the mountain range, so you can get up into the mountains. You can get a quick drive from a couple ski resorts even, and then world-renowned ocean sports, fishing, boating, surfing. A lot of people here who live in Santa Barbara, they spend their whole weekends, their afternoons outside, out of the home, doing fun, cool outside activities. We have a huge community that loves that here. We have incredible public schools here. Everything from elementary school, middle school, high school. Our schools are very top rated among other schools in the state and the country. And there's also a great selection of private schools for those people that decide to go that route as well. On top of that, we have UC Santa Barbara, which is a top-ranked public university right here, 15 minutes from downtown. It's located in Goleta, and that houses about 20,000 undergrad and another 5,000 to 7,000 graduate students, I believe. And it provides a lot of jobs for the community, and it's a great thing to have such a community of well-educated individuals as well as schools that are free, because you're going to be paying top dollar for your housing. But the great option is you don't have to send your kids to public school if you don't want to, because they're going to get an amazing education here for free. Pro number 4 is that we have an incredible sense of community here in Santa Barbara. Everyone that lives here loves living here and takes great care of each other as well as the space. We keep it clean, we clean our beaches, and everyone just has each other's back. You know, we've been through some tough natural events in the past years, fires, mudslides, and when bad things happen, everyone bands together even more to take care of those in need. People here just really are friendly and nice. When you see people on the street, they smile, they wave, even if they don't know you, and it's easy to make new friends here. People just kind of love on each other, and they love living in this kind of smaller bubble that we call Santa Barbara, and people take great care of each other. So if you're in a place like a city where more people are kind of one-track minds doing their own thing, and you want to switch up where people really care and people will say hi to you on the streets, Santa Barbara's a great place to choose. Pro number 5, for being a smaller town, we have an incredible food, wine, beer scene where we have fresh local produce, we have farmers markets 3 days a week, we have incredible restaurants, Michelin-rated restaurants, restaurants with really well-known chefs, and we definitely step up in terms of our size for our food, our wine, our beer. We have an incredible group of wineries all throughout the Funk Zone and even in the Santa Ynez Valley where the wine is grown itself about an hour from here. The brewery scene is awesome here. Me and my team, we've made videos from our top 5 breweries, top wineries, best taco spots, pizza places. There's a huge artisanal food scene where chefs are using great local ingredients and crafting incredible meals. So it's awesome to live here. You have such variety and you can always go out and experience top level food without having to go visit a major city. So wrapping things up, that has been 5 cons and 5 pros about living in Santa Barbara. It's definitely not for everybody, but I love living here. Everybody I know that lives here loves it as well. And if you've just had any thoughts about moving here, coming here for a trip, coming here for an extended stay while you work remote, me and my team would love to help in any way we can, help you find a rental, help you find a place to buy, give you local recommendations for restaurants, for hikes, for beaches. We have a lot more content as well on my channel, on my team's channel about our favorite things here in Santa Barbara. So if there's anything we can do to help make your stay enjoyable, please hit us up anytime. And until our next video, make it a great day. We'll see you.